Your Excellency, our mother, the wife of the late distinguished General of Generals, Dr. Mrs. Sani Abacha, Your Excellency, the wife of the former Vice President, our distinguished chairman, members of the high table, members of the press, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I was almost omitted in the list of those to speak. I have to object. Because all members of the high table were called one after the other, and they wanted, but I think it was an error. But thank God that error has been corrected. We cannot talk about the late General Sani Abacha, his life, what he stood for, without talking to the person who always sits by his side. Anytime they are going out, any occasion, and his life and the life of the president are both at the same risk. And therefore, I also have the advantage to know certain qualities. And the best person that can talk about that are those who really work very, very closely with him. I knew General Sani Abacha when I was a lieutenant. He was Director of Training, Army Headquarters. In 1986, the first ever course that I was opportune to attend outside the country was immediately after the 1986 attempted coup. And I was involved in the investigation. I was so scared. Immediately after the court-martial and the final decision taken, I really wanted to get out of this country. I was scared. So I looked for a course. I'm from infantry converted to military police because I had the privilege of reading law. So I went to my provost marshal and requested that, sir, I would like to apply for a course overseas. The courses that were approved for the military police included law and criminology. And at that time, there was no university offering criminology course in Nigeria. So I used that opportunity, and I had to come and see the provost marshal who sent me to General Abacha. That was my first contact, one-on-one with him. And I went, and that course, after interviewing me, Major or Lieutenant Colonel, former Cross River Governor, Colonel from Benue, called the MA to Oga, Colonel Atta. He was the MA. When I came there to see, he dropped me out of the office. He said, a bloody captain, what are you coming to see to do in the Army staff office? It took some intervention before I was finally allowed to see him. Then I was ushered in. After saluting him, I told him what brought me, and that the provost marshal sent me to see him. He said, okay, no problem. You can go back to the provost marshal and tell him that I will call him. And that's how I got my approval to go for 2 years postgraduate course in criminology and law. When I came back after that 2 years, I was now appointed after working the Army headquarters under Quartermaster General at that time, General Sani, as SO2 legal advisor as well as compensation. And from there, I was selected to be the military assistant to the Director General, Ministry of Defense, then retired Major General Olubajo. That was my coming closer to General Abacha, working in that office, that his permanent secretary, and she was the Minister of Defense. And from there, I went from a staff course to a staff course. Came back and was given the command of SIB, Special Investigation Bureau. It was from there I was invited for an interview to become the aide-de-camp to General Sani Abacha. I was selected on merit because there are other officers that were invited for the same interview, and I was one selected. Family together, you have, even during his life, you have held the home front, and even through your project, you have also supported administration of General Sani Abacha. So the credit cannot be complete without mentioning you, without giving you probably 40% of that, 60% to the late head of state. And Allah continue to grant him rest, a perfect rest, and may Allah grant him Jannah Firdausi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, General Abdulmalik Jibrin. By the way, General, it was deliberate. We left you up till this point. We were saving you for last. We were not going to omit you, not at all. Thank you very much for that brilliant one. So at this point, we will call on the last speaker, but not the least. The one for...
As has been said, you have held the family together. You have, even during his life, you have held the home front, and even through your project, you have also supported administration of General Sani Abacha. So the credit cannot be complete without mentioning you, without giving you probably 40% of that, 60% to the late head of state. And Allah continue to grant him rest, a perfect rest, and may Allah grant him Jannah Firdausi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, General Abdulmalik Jibrin. By the way, General, it was deliberate. We left you up till this point. We were saving you for last. We were not going to omit you, not at all. Thank you very much for that brilliant one.